Hey, how y'all doing? So a couple of months ago, I made a video called "The Importance of Steaks." Basically, I talked about. I'm going to put it in the description below for people for new listeners. I don't know how the audio is compared to how the audio is now, but you might want to catch up. But today we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about the importance of desire. Basically, in a story, the characters have to want something. And in wrestling right now, there is a lot of storylines where the question is, what does the character want? You know, now ultimately the goal. Now we have to understand. Let's back up a little bit. Ultimately, pro wrestling is supposed to be a simulated sport, in so much as everyone wants to win. That's the main desire, is you want to win, in the hopes that winning enough will get you a chance to fight the champion, and then you can become the champion. That should be the ultimate desire, the ultimate goal. So that's ubiquitous across the business. So that's something that we really don't need to talk about. That's like saying, what is the point of playing football? The point of playing football is to win the Super Bowl. That's But everyone else has individual desires. Like, you have individual goals within sports. So you want to be the all-time rushing champion or all-time rushing leader. You want to have the most catches, have the fewest interceptions, have the best quarterback percentage of the year, and all that type of stuff, right? So there needs to be those kind of goals in wrestling where a character, a specific person, has a specific goal that they want to achieve. And part of their story is attempting to achieve that goal. Now, part of wrestling right now has just been having good matches, or they'll say it's all personal feuds, and that's fine. But there needs to be something that a character wants instead of just floating from feud to feud. Uh, when you write, I'm a fan of like stories and things like that. That's one of the first things you really want to get out of a story is, what does the characters want and what is preventing them from getting it. That's the two things. That's your hero and your heel, right? Your babyface and your heel. What does your hero want, and who is either in possession of it or is attempting to stop them from getting it? That's your heel, your antagonist. Protagonist, antagonist, babyface, heel, devil, God, whatever, right? God, devil, whatever. So you have to ask yourself, when people are in these prolonged feuds, you have to ask yourself, what do they want? You know, what is it that they're trying to achieve? And I'm not seeing a lot of that in wrestling. Like, I can think of some, most of them is a guy who wants to be a champion. But when I sit down, I watch Raw, right? And I'm always good when a character tells me what they want. Most recently, Cedric Alexander turned heel, joined the Hurt Business. Sounds to me like he wanted the money, the fame, to be finally on the winning side. He wanted that. He wanted the lifestyle that the Hurt Business can provide. So that's why he did it. That was his desire. At least initially, at least right now, that's his desire. When you look at the Rey Mysterio storyline, Rey Mysterio, the eternal babyface, wants revenge on Seth Rollins for what he's done to his family, what he did to his eye, and that's his desire. What do the Street Profits desire? I'm shrugging. I have no idea. They come out, they want the smoke. That's their desire. Their desire is the smoke. The smoke, of course, means conflict. It means competition. But it's kind of hard to, emote that and, build a story around that. Because, they kind of did it with the Viking Raiders, where they kind of said, we want the smoke, and the Viking Raiders kind of brought the smoke, where it was physical, then there was games and all type of stuff. But that storyline is over, and that's what I mean by it can't be a single storyline. It has to be a recurring thing. It has to be a thing that goes and goes and goes and drives the character. It has to push the character forward. I'll give you an example. See, when you ask somebody, what was Mankind? What was his desire? Right, the Mick Foley desire, the Mankind desire. A lot of people don't know his desire was acceptance. Mankind just wanted to be accepted. That's the entire point of the character, is that he wanted something that he had never had before. And when he cut the promo with JR, he talked about slurping down worms, because he didn't want to be the outcast anymore, or he wanted to be known for something. He wanted to be somebody to like him. And you go back to when Mankind used to stalk Sable. He used to stalk her, mommy, mommy, and, trying to build a connection with Sable. And then he finally gets that acceptance when he wins the world title. He gets the acceptance. He tried to get acceptance from Vince McMahon, right? When he tried to be corporate Mankind. He shaved his mustache, or his beard and everything. That was the core of the Mankind character. That's why people were able to engage and connect with that character in that way. Is because he was looking for acceptance from us in the society, but also from his peers and everyone around him. This is what makes Mankind being carried by DX and everybody in the middle of the ring such a powerful moment. And if you go back and watch it with this context in your mind, you'll probably say it's one of the best storylines ever. And it is. From 96 to when he won the title in 99, I think it was. Fantastic. Babyface, heel, he wanted the same thing. He just wanted a connection. He had a connection with Paul Bearer, with a little something with Paul Bearer there. And yes, sometimes it requires you to be up and down, up and down, up and down. But when you have a desire, you have something that you really, really want, the people can recognize it, and they can either deny it or they could give it. And the fans finally gave it when he won the title from The Rock. It was kind of like, finally, Mankind has been accepted by society. He's been accepted by the fans. He's been accepted by his peers. And then it was personal on multiple levels, because WCW made fun of him, right? By saying, oh, that'll put butts in the seats. Saying that he will never get what he always wanted. He would never get it. Or that nobody cares about that guy. You could take it both ways, right? One, he would never get it. Or two, he is about to get it, but nobody actually cares. Nobody actually will actually believe in it. And then they found out they were wrong. He was accepted. He was accepted more than most people thought. He ended up being a big deal. And that's the kind of shit you want out of a story. That's what you want out of a story. You want a story that's going to grip you like that and drag it on home. But you have to set up that the character has a desire, and I don't see a lot of that anymore. Like, there's a lot of stakes, loser leave town, team must break up, championship matches. Yeah, okay. But the desire is not there. Desire, the need of something, that something is missing from you that you want to feel, that's missing. And I want more of that from wrestling. I want more. We need something. What do they want? I want a character to tell me what he wants, and then he's going to go out and get it. And and it doesn't have to be immediate. It could take a year. It could take 2 years. It could take 3 years. Like when Kevin Owens first came, he said he was a prize fighter. That he didn't care about he didn't care about friends. He didn't care about anything. He cared about taking care of his family and making money, right? That was the desire of the character. He wanted to take care of his family. Now, he is doing that. He hasn't hit the the fireworks yet, and it becomes this big deal. But he set a desire for his character. He set a desire. And now he's on the road. So when people can start saying like, okay, he's a prize fighter, everything he's doing is, an attempt to make money for his family, even though it seems to be a little counterproductive sometimes. But, that's kind of his goal. His goal is to make as much money as he can, to be a bigger star as he can be, more, more moments, more things like that for his children and stuff like that. And, he's a family man. That's something that people can grasp onto and believe in. And sometimes these things get dropped because characters change on a dime. But sometimes they're just there. in perpetuity in the background, and they continue on, and it's just under the radar. But I need more desire in the business. I need more people telling me what they want. That's why I liked recently, shortly after AEW All Out, Darby Allin put out a tweet that said that he will main event a pay-per-view. That's he set a goal. He set a goal in front of everybody. I will main event a pay-per-view. So now, what is he going to do to get to that main event? That's the question. And I'm okay with it. I would have preferred for him to say it on TV, but I'm okay with that because now I know that he has a goal. Now when he reaches that goal, he got to set another one. But I'm interested. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.